Hey, welcome back to Career Marketing Podcast. We have Nerdscape and Chrissy. Um, he's our guest of honor. Just act like she's not here. Um, but how are you guys doing? I definitely, like I was saying before we started, I owe you guys a podcast. For those who don't know, the Nerdscape podcast, our mixer broke in the middle of the podcast, so I had to edit it down. And some great conversation was missed, but now I am back and I owe you one. So thank you guys for being on.
Not to mention that in the middle of it, we had like 3 or 4 rooms go through,
Yeah.
so we had to bounce in and out, and like it was a disaster.
I mean, it was still. I thought it was good, but I mean, it happens all the time. One of my podcasts, uh, God just kept getting called about gigs and his daughter. I mean, it happens, man. It happens. Trying to work around people's schedule. It is what it is. So, I want to jump right into it. Tell me about the new virtual reality room you guys got.
So our virtual reality room is the Curse of Topaz. It's actually a French company that developed it, and it's the first one in America. And it's 2 parts, 45 minutes each, or for the whole thing, it's an hour and a half. 45 minutes plus 45 minutes, math. Uh, the whole premise of it is that you are looking for the Topaz treasure. You end up going out onto this pirate ship, and you have to solve puzzles by finding the peg legs and moving around some skulls. There's a couple of booby traps, pyrotechnics, crossbow, bow and arrow, a few harpoons. But all in all, it's just like a regular escape room, except, virtual. And it's
So,
like the Oculus sets, and you use little Joy-Cons to move around. That way you don't, like, run into people.
yeah, so I'm sure you guys have ran it. I've never had, virtual reality experience. So how does it feel to, first person be able to run around these type of games?
So, my impression of it is like that's kind of crazy because as long as you don't get like extreme motion sickness or something,
Yeah.
like it's really cool because you'll end up going in and it ends up changing, like you change your focus on it because by the time you're in it for like a minute or two, like you forget that you're actually in VR. So you're just like messing with stuff and then you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about it is like it has a weird eye effect for when you're in the boat for like dimming lights and stuff. So or like maybe it's to pass out or something like that. And that it when you feel that like you can almost feel your body like feeling tired or
Oh,
like
shoot.
it's not that you really have those effects on you. It's just kind
Yeah.
of that I don't know
Like placebo.
psychosomatic. It's
Yeah.
in your head.
Ah, man, I feel like I'd be one of those people. You ever seen those videos they run into the wall? Yeah, I feel like that'd definitely be me.
I have done that twice.
They have this remedy for that now. It's this, well, not now. It came out a while ago. I don't know if it's like I think it's a lot of money, but you ever seen those ones where they put you in like the circle?
Yeah, like on the like it's almost like a treadmill, but it's in all
Yeah,
directions.
yeah.
Yeah, I said so. I remember seeing that on Ready Player One back before it actually came out, and I was like, man, we could actually design something like that. If only virtual reality was actually something useful and good to use. Like I was thinking like, yeah, you could just strap it around and just walk around it, and it could track you and everything. Like that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, it's gotten to the point where Facebook, out of all people, has switched their whole business to focusing on virtual reality.
Yeah, it even rebranded to Meta to follow
Yeah,
it and follow the metaverse, which is like the whole cryptocurrency craze
yeah,
thing, and like they're really getting behind it.
yeah. They are. I think it made people really nervous. I think one of the currencies in the game is going to be Bitcoin. That really makes people nervous because it's like people were thinking Bitcoin's not going to be around for a long time, and the government's never going to allow it. Then Facebook, one of the most powerful technologies in the world, decided what our main currency is going to be Bitcoin. Real slap in the face, but isn't that name lame?
Meta,
Meta, yeah,
well, the name itself, funny enough, is Meta. Like it's meta within the ideology, because meta itself or metadata is like the information behind things. So Facebook gathering information behind people.
yeah,
There's them trying to make it all about cryptocurrencies and decentralization, which is what cryptocurrencies stand for, and then they're re-centralizing it with a whole company.
Yeah.
So it's all a big kind of ploy on itself, but with them doing that, I think that it could end up working out. I know that their stock price took a really huge hit when they did the rebrand, but they've been back on the climb. So
Yeah, they're coming up. They're coming up, especially with the acquisition of Instagram. I think that really helped them out quite a bit. But
and the
speaking,
acquisition of the Oculus.
oh, they bought Oculus? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When was that?
I think that was last year. But the Oculus Quest 2, like, you have to link it through Facebook or you can't use it.
Wow, that's a monopoly.
That's the metaverse is what they're trying to do.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Like, it follows their exact path of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And with how they're doing it, like, I think that they're doing it in the right way. Like, they're trying to get all the base level stuff, just like for social media. You want to acquire a very large user base, and then you can monetize it later.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to go, man. I mean I'd do the same thing if I was I don't want to say Facebook metaverse. Jump here, Chrissy. Jump in here. Come on, scoot on up in here. Scoot the chair up. This is Chris. She's hiding away.
I'm here. I don't really have anything to say. I'm just listening.
Oh, I guess it just listen. Oh man, it's my worst nightmare.
I'm the Jamie of the Career Marketing Podcast.
Jamie doesn't drop microphones. Before we started, my Jamie decided to drop a microphone, and now it's broke. No, it's not broke. It's scuffed. Oh, no problem.
Small technical difficulties.
Pull this part off.
Yeah.
This is what happens whenever you're running a successful business. Jump in here, Lunar Suds. Come on. Come on.
See, you're figuring it out.
I don't want to break the Oculus trying to.
You're not gonna.
I don't know, man.
Virtual reality is real.
At least you know it's not pre-scripted.
Right. It's not scripted. Oh, man. It would take me too long to write a script anyway.
But it being on the Oculus, like the VR room that we got, it being on the Oculus caused a really big delay in the development because the Oculus has memory limitations. So the development team had to break down the hour-and-a-half game into two 45-minute parts. And that delayed us actually opening it by about a month.
So it's the group in here now. They doing the Oculus Quest?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So with the Oculus, has there been a bigger influx, or are you guys still waiting on that to come in?
Well, considering we opened the VR game 3 days ago, I'm going to say we're waiting on the influx a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, 3 days.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we
okay.
couldn't really advertise it because of the delay. It was an unknown amount of time.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really like try to increase hype on it and then drop it. It just kind of came out.
Well, I'm glad I'm here, man. I'm glad you guys scheduled perfectly, y'all. That works out. Oh man. So we're gonna put this out, and hopefully I can come back and play maybe next Saturday. We come back in here and get on the Oculus.
You have HEMA practice next Saturday.
Oh, you do HEMA?
I am joining. I've scheduled over that. I've scheduled over this practice 4 times. I kid you not. And I'm so excited to play. I keep forgetting. But yeah, I'm doing HEMA now.
That's awesome, man. Like, is that like the first martial art you're picking up? Or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've done grappling, but is that you count
Yes,
that as
that
martial
counts.
arts? Okay,
Like
so grappling.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
Uh-huh.
they all count as a martial art.
Yeah, I'm a bad man. No, just playing. No, I'm not like that.
I love martial arts, so like I just.
Really? What are you into? Because Silas, we just had a whole conversation about it.
So for the last year, I'm completely out of practice. Like I've not had time to sleep, much less actually go do anything. But I'm a avid fan of Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Kali, Silat, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Krav Maga.
Oh, I've always wanted to try that. It looks hardcore, man.
My dad taught it to me when I was fairly young because I was picked on. That stopped.
Yeah, now you're a bad man.
No, I'm not.
So,
But any kid who can learn how to hit right can
Yeah.
at least get the other kids to stop.
Yeah, I got bullied until I had that growth spurt, man. I was like 5'4" and grew up to
Same
6 foot.
here.
You
Like,
too?
yeah, I was like, I think I was only like 5 flat, and then I hit 6 foot over a summer.
Yeah, and
Like
they just stopped.
that hurt though. Like
Yeah,
I remember there was about a week there that I just wouldn't walk around because my shins hurt too
yeah.
much. Like I wouldn't get up out of bed.
Did you guys go to the hospital? Because I did.
I think they took me to the doctor over it, but I don't like. My mom was not very big on really anything medical.
Yeah, my mom was panicking. She's like, dude, he's hurting.
My mom is an oddity, but still gotta love them.
Yeah. Oh, is your mom? Is she like a herbal, very
Anti-vax,
Yeah.
herbal, conspiracy theory, like the whole night, like all of it. If you can name it, I probably know about it through her. Love her to death, though.
Yeah. My granddad's like that. Yeah, love him to death. Whenever, whenever the COVID virus came out, my grandfather blamed it on Kim Jong Un. It was the funniest thing ever. He's like, "Yeah, Korea struck again." I was like, "Get off CNN, Granddad. Get off
Look,
CNN."
my whole thing is North Korea can't feed themselves. How are they going to start a virus?
Yeah, exactly. But he was hell bent on it being Kim Jong Un. He's hilarious. My granddad's hilarious. And then right after that, went straight to like watching Westerners. Like there was nothing in his head. He's something else. But you guys are. Oh yeah, there's something I wanted to ask you guys about the Dungeons and Dragons. When you guys plan on opening that up? I've been waiting.
So we're actually looking at the D&D portion to be opening up next January, around that time frame. Our goal is to hit a total of 10 or 11 escape rooms before we open it. That way we have like a good revenue stream coming in before we go with D&D. Because the issue with opening D&D is that the profit margins would be super slim and it'd be very hard to build up, especially outside of school time. Because heck, if we started it right now, we wouldn't have any customers until this like fall. So we're going to be spending the rest of this year. We're planning on having a total of, let's see, we're going to have Asylum, Dinner Party, Carnival. This room's going to turn into a Rage room, and we'll move the VR room back in the corner. So that'll be 5 just in this area. We're going to be opening a mobile escape room. It's going to be hot on the Bourbon Trail, and it's going to go around to the different county fairs and things like that.
Wow.
That way people can, especially in the small towns, like a lot of people haven't done escape rooms, don't really know much about them.
Yeah.
Take it to one of those fairs, you make a killing. A lot of people are going to be like, wow, that's awesome, and then come up here. So
Yeah.
then we're going to expand in this direction, and we're planning on opening up another 3 to 5 out of there.
Really? And right here in Richmond Mall? Mm-hmm. Dang, that's the way to go, man. We were just talking about that the other day, how we can get this place up and jumping, because we got some really cool, and I've only met 3 business owners here. All you guys are super cool, and we were like, well, we wanted to, help increase some of the traffic here. We just bring some food. Someone needs
That's
to
what I'm
bring some
saying.
food. Yeah.
And we're wanting to open a tavern eventually. Like, so, okay, so
We were just talking about that.
Becky tells me to kind of cool my jets with a lot of my dream big stuff. But I have at least convinced her that this is possible, and it's something she's helping me shoot for.
Yeah.
We're like our kind of end goal, so here in like probably 2 or 3 years from now, to actually buy them all and be able to expand Nerdscape and pretty much build it all around the other units that are already here. But like, we can end up opening up, a Nerf arena down where Sears used to be. Have a paintball arena in the grass field out back.
Yeah.
Have, a classic arcade across from where the DMV's at. And just have all these different things put in.
Yeah.
And by like actually having them all, excuse me, we can like build it up and put in a lot of food. So we're wanting to make a big area of it, a tavern, and on that, like in that tavern, there'd be a quest board with like all the different stuff to do in the mall.
Yeah.
Whether that be like going over to Cats here next door to us and, taking dance lessons or something. Or if it's, going and having some sort of Nerf arena, something another, like, and having all these different things, And then on top of that, we're wanting to get to where we can host classes, like what you're going to be taking on Saturday, like HEMA or like lock picking or locksmithing. Then, just go down all this list where there's sword play. There's all these different things and everything in nerd culture. And I'm wanting to expand it to where pretty much any nerd in the world could just come in and be at home.
You're making the hub for nerds, man. You know what's funny about that? We were just talking about having a tavern. I was like, what were we watching? We were watching some medieval show, and I was like, I really want a tavern. No, we finished that a while ago. we binged the heck out of that.
What was it? Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, we're watching. It was anime. It's anime. It's too deep into nerd stuff. Yeah, it's good, but I can't publicly endorse it. So
you can't publicly endorse it?
I can't. No, not on camera.
No. The thing is, like, me and Becky have watched a few anime, and like, there's some that we absolutely love, like My Hero Academia. I don't even know the name of it. Or on Host High School, or on
High School Host Club.
Yeah, that.
That's a favorite.
That's one of Becky's favorites. It was all right. I laughed at it. Like, yeah. But there's Psyche K. Like there's a whole list of them, and a lot of my friends are really into the anime space, and I know a few of them, but it's one of those things of I struggle to remember American names.
Yeah.
There's not letters in some of these. Like, it's a struggle.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I can barely remember some of the titles myself. But, yeah, with the tavern, whenever you guys open up the tavern, most likely we won't even be here in Kentucky anymore. But whenever you guys...
My mom's stuck in the floor. She's you know how you need to make it so that you got the standing or the sitting when you set the zone?
You hit the flat button on the left controller, and then they can point and change it from sitting to standing, or vice versa.
Okay, is that something we can expand on? Because I got to know what the mom means when she's stuck in the floor.
Oh, boy.
If it's something
that
you
sounds
can't
a
say.
lot worse.
Because I thought it was her mom, and I was like...
It is. Like, it's her family.
Oh. But she came in laughing. I was like, I don't know if I should laugh or is this part of
it's hilarious. Okay, so it's a VR room to begin with. They're not in the actual floor, I hope.
Okay.
Uh,
I thought she was literally at the floor.
Okay, so it has two modes. You can either do it while standing or while sitting. And if you're standing, you can crouch down lower and do more like that. But most people don't want to have to stand there just in their circle for, an hour and a half. So we have it set up for sitting. If it's set up incorrectly, that's what happens. So from her view, she was like on the floor. Like, I can see, I cannot. Like,
Oh man, I'm glad she's not actually stuck in the floor because as soon as she came in laughing, I laughed. That's a really bad look.
The thing is, if she's laughing about it, it means that it's somebody that she's okay with being in the floor.
Oh man.
Look, we're both military, so we have a bit of a dark sense of humor.
Oh yeah, you guys are both. I forget you guys are my age, so you've done far more than I have in life. But
I don't know about all that. I haven't done all that much.
I haven't either, man. I've traveled a little bit. I ended up in a little town of Fulton, and now I'm here in another little town. So
this is a little town. Jeez. I need to stay away from the big city.
Man, you know what's crazy? I was watching. I think it was Memphis versus some other team a few years ago, and one of the commentators said, "Yeah, we love Memphis. It's a little small town." I was like, "Small town, Memphis?" But I mean, I guess so. When you go to L.A. and you go to New York, and it is tiny.
Like, I go to downtown Lexington, and I'm like, man, like, how do you Like, where are the trees?
Man, it's a nightmare in downtown Lexington, man. Working there is a nightmare. But
I'm switching over to a job in Louisville, so
oh man,
like it's based out of Louisville, I guess technically, but
should I say congratulations or I'm sorry?
congratulations, I think.
Okay, what are you doing?
So I'm doing solar sales. I was originally so I've done sales most of my life, but like previously I was doing roofing sales, and it was just a matter of they offered me more money to do the solar, and when they were talking to me about it, like I was also getting solar panels at the time because I'd done the math and I'm saving a very large amount of money on it, so I'm just like, you know what, I can try to help other people save money. That seems reasonable, and so now I start on Monday.
Can you talk about what you were saying before, if you don't mind, the KU electric issue? Because I have the same issue, and I bet a whole lot of other people do. That's so aggravating.
So for us, we had a over $1,000 electric bill. I believe it was last month or the month before. I think it was the month before. And then last month it was like 450, 500, something like that. Like it was within the realm of where it probably should be, give or take. And then this month it was 750. So their electrical pricing, like the price on electric, words, it's going through the roof, and then they're also not reading the meters. So they're like, whoever's the meter maid, whatever they're called these days, they're not actually looking at it, and then it's causing outrageous pricing. And then when they realize that it's messed up, they're not giving a refund or a credit or nothing. They might give you a discount on the next month. Now, when you time that to where it's going from cold, like extreme months to moderate months, then you're charging extreme amounts and then giving a very small discount. Because 10% of 500 as opposed to 10% of 1,000 is still $50 off, and like it's that kind of discrepancy that's spread across there. So we are less than enthused with them right now, but
Yeah, it's annoying. I mean, my home office, same issue. My house, apartment, whatever you want to call it. And then there's an apartment, not an apartment, there's an office I'm renting in Lexington called. It's in a place called Base Here. Oh, I didn't tell you that. So I am renting that place out. Yeah, I know, right? But I am renting that place out, the media room and an office space. And they're excited to have me there. I'm the only marketer, right? So they're throwing a little get together for me.
Not good.
I got you.
Thank
Married life.
Very like, but I'm busy. I'm sorry, but they were telling me they have the same exact issue. Like just last month, where it was colder, they were charged less, but this month where it was hotter, they would charge a whole lot more with using the same amount of air conditioning. It's ridiculous, even in Lexington, So even without owning my own business, I get affected by the prices. Oh, not business, office. Sucks.
See, so I'll help you go solar too.
Yeah, please. We probably need it. But I want to bring back to the tavern because I want my own career marketing quest. Okay.
All right.
So what I want a Viking story. Okay. Vikings come into a tavern, right? They have the career marketing quest board on here. Ooh, I love anime. I like that. But they have the career marketing quest. All right. First, they drink ale, which is apple juice because I don't drink. And then they go take a HEMA class.
I'm sorry, but just because it's Vikings, I'm gonna have to switch it up to mead, man.
Mead. Oh, I say ale. I'm such a loser. I said ale.
Just take the ale.
Yeah, that's the career marketing quest. You guys seen it, okay? If they deny me, all right, it was on camera. Career marketing quest.
Now, I won't remember this tomorrow, so you're gonna have to after you see on the news that we buy them all or revamping them all or whatever, you need to email Becky or call us or be like, hey, remember. You gotta do this, or it's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna have to search in 300 episodes, but let me find that one Nerdscape.
Exactly.
Send it to him. Yeah, I'll be very unhappy if I don't get my marketing quest. I don't care where I am. I think we plan on, by the time you guys are done, being in New Zealand. I will fly back.
Jeez.
I will fly back. Okay, I'm on my quest. Oh, but HEMA, are you thinking about doing it?
I'm not a huge fan of HEMA, so A friend of mine was teaching me it, but I'm just not a fan of it because I'm not a big fan of weaponized martial arts. And the idea of if you're just knocked down, you've lost in it.
Yeah.
I'm more on the martial side of martial arts. So, I understand the ideology behind it, and it's really cool how it's a matter of being weighed down with armor, and it's if you can knock them down, well, it's over anyway because you have your sword. But in every day, I know I'm not going to be packing a sword or wearing armor, so I'll stick with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai and Krav. Those are pretty effective and useful, generally speaking. And then on top of that, there's a lot more movement involved with those. When you get into Krav and BJJ, it's a lot more almost like a chess game. And then Muay Thai, it's kind of some sort of action reflex game.
I just ordered a sword, so I'm carrying that sucker around in Walmart, So
Hey, look, there's a ban on guns. They didn't say nothing about swords.
I told you, ban on firearms.
Yeah.
Okay, not lethal weapons.
So, seeing as how you're familiar with a lot of different kinds of martial arts, I am looking to get into some of them because I've done some wrestling. I do a little bit of Tai Chi. But what else?
You didn't tell me that. When did you make this decision?
I've
Married
I've
wife.
I've been told you. Anyway, which would you recommend, for a beginner?
It depends on what your goals are. If your goals are to be able to just simply stop a threat, it'd probably be something along that lines of Krav Maga or Muay Thai. If it's to work out, it'd be kickboxing or jiu-jitsu. Some people like to be able to just control the situation. That's back to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any other grappling-based one. So it really kind of depends on where you're at with what your goals of it are. Because, I like it just because I find it fun and entertaining and that kind of thing. So I look at it as a game. So I just pick the ones that I find most enjoyable. A lot of people are just wanting to be the biggest, baddest something that's around, and they assume that if they go with this martial art or this martial art, that they'll be able to win any fight, and that's usually pretty wrong because, I don't care how good you are at, say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Go up against somebody doing Muay Thai, you're screwed because they're going to throw a couple of knees and elbows and break your skull. But if you are doing Muay Thai and somebody comes up with Taekwondo, they're going to kick you and you're never going to get close enough to throw your knees and elbows. You're not going to be able to grapple. There's nothing there. Now, always there's upsets and stuff, but each one has its own advantage and disadvantage, kind of like rock, paper, scissors. And that's in the actual fight regard. Now, some people like it whenever it's looking good or pretty. One of my good friends, she's a second degree going on third degree black belt in Taekwondo. And her big thing is she just likes how pretty it looks. It's all about the quick and very beautiful motions. Now, with that being said, she teleports, and that is scary. So, I got a story for this one. So, Becky and me, back before we were married, this was back when we were just first dating, this friend had come along, and I was like, Becky, mine. And I was holding Becky. I don't know how she did it, but she teleported and passed her foot through Becky somehow without hitting Becky and hit me somewhere where you don't want to be hit, but not hard enough to actually hurt me, but to scare the daylights out of me. I was turning colors and I had to sit down for a minute. I was not okay with that. And this all happened faster than my mind could register it. And I was a foot off the ground and landing, and I was like, you got me. You got me. My bad. So,
oh, man. Are you interested in teleporting?
Yes.
In Taekwondo, it's one of the fastest ones out there. Taekwondo and I can't even remember Wing Chun. They're both some of the fastest that I know of.
maybe she should learn it because some days I'm a little bit more aggravating than other, you know. And I've watched you seen IP Man, right? Yeah, I'm not trying to get, you know, my ass kicked on a daily basis for not washing dishes, you know. So what are you thinking of doing?
I don't know. Yet. I'll have to look around at what's available.
She's like you.
Married life.
Married life.
I'm I don't know.
She's like you. I want. She's going to do the hemo with me, but she's like, I'm not really interested in it.
Yeah, I'm more into the contact grappling, kind of stuff.
Go ahead.
You also might like traditional jiu-jitsu. So the difference between that and Brazilian jiu-jitsu is that with the traditional, it actually starts more standing. So, like, technically speaking, in tournaments and stuff, Brazilian jiu-jitsu does too. But, like, with traditional jiu-jitsu, it actually follows the Japanese original art, where it kind of looks, or some of the moves look a lot like Aikido, where, now, I do not recommend Aikido unless you're doing it for, like, the looks of it, because as far as a functional martial art, typically speaking, it's not really on the higher end there. But, you know, anybody who's learned any martial art is going to tend to fare a little better, so take it as you will. But I would definitely say check out the traditional jiu-jitsu.
Will do.
Well, combining that with judo help her out. I mean, it's standing grappling with grappling on your back.
Well, so the thing with judo is, it, by the sound of it, you like the more full contact, like controlling the situation. The thing with judo is, it kind of follows Krav on the fact that it starts and it's over. It's not a start, progress, over. So with judo, a lot of their moves center across a throw over the hip, shoulder, or knee. And as soon as their back hits the ground, it's over. Because, I mean, think about it this way. If we were fighting here and I threw you flat onto this concrete, like, it would be one of those things of, yeah, the fight's probably over.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give up.
Yeah, like, I would tap out, like, man, when my back's still going crunch, I'm going to be like, you might have figured something out, man.
Yeah, I'd be done. I have a soft back, man. If I land on that sucker, it's over for me.
Yeah, like, I got a broke down back from the military.
Oh, I mean, I didn't do anything that important. It was just football.
I didn't do anything that important either. It was just backpacks.
Oh, well, speaking of, maybe you should learn judo because I'm not trying to get flipped on my back. She's violent. She hits me. She's like Amber Heard.
Do
It's
not
abusive.
say that. Why would you say that?
She's like Amber Heard. This is
I
my
am
call for
not.
help. Oh.
You see, I would say the same thing, but Becky is really slow at reactions. Like, there was one time, back when she was first learning Taekwondo, that we went through this haunted house, and her RA was right around the corner. She came out, and, like, at this point in time, I was very paranoid. So, like, I seen him come up, and I was like, oh, this is going to be funny. I see Becky turn, and she legitimately, like, looks, pause for 1 second. Goes into, like, the stance for, like, fighting, pause for 1 second. Aims, pause for 1 second, and punch.
She's counting her steps, man.
And you know what made this even funnier? At the time, he was a 3rd-degree black belt. So, like, he was just kind of looking at it. He was just like...
Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, I can't really claim that one.
That sounds like you. I've seen you count, you know, before you've made your move. You're like, maybe I should do this or that, and you've already been kidnapped. It was funny about that. She's so good at dancing, though. She has these dance. She goes and performs, fluid, perfect, majestic. You know, any other activity, she's like, well, maybe I should.
Meanwhile, I'm falling in the shower.
Yeah, she's falling in the shower. Oh, that was awful. I thought you broke her hip. And what makes it even worse is I don't know. I don't know if it's just her, but there's 1,000 products in there, right? So when she falls, they all fall. So they hit the floor, just like all of them, like one by one. It's dominoes in there, man.
Well, at least when you fall the second time, you'll have some cushion.
Exactly.
If you fall because the dang sugar scrub is all at the bottom of the
Listen,
bathtub.
I told you I didn't know it was gonna be like that
You used it twice.
because I didn't want to waste it.
So, like, especially when I keep my hair cut short, like right now it's a lot longer than I typically like it. But when I keep it short, all I need is a bar of soap, and I'm good to go because don't need shampoo when you don't got hair. And so, and especially with like the whole military thing, like it kind of follows that. So like I'll have a bar of soap, and she'll have like 3 things. Like she's very minimalistic too. Like it's shampoo, conditioner, and whatever other soap stuff she's got. So like we're both very, very minimalistic on about everything.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I had this 2-in-1. She just roasted me until I left it.
It's so bad.
Now I got a 3-in-1.
Yeah, 3-in-1.
No, really. Like, so Old Spice has 3-in-1.
Oh my gosh.
I swear. That's what I use right now.
What was it? I think Irish Spring has a 5-in-1.
The heck?
What's all 5?
What's the other 2?
Shoot, all I know is like wash and condition.
Yeah.
That's
like,
about it.
Well, it's shampoo, conditioner, and body wash.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the body wash one. Yeah, dang. Yeah, she roasted me till I let that go. It was rough in the house for a while, but we plan on, the reason why I wanted to do HEMA is we plan on having this LARPing company set up in New Zealand, or if we don't go to New Zealand, somewhere. I was gonna set up this giant, like, kind of like the escape rooms you guys do, put in scenarios. So we were gonna make this whole LARPing thing, and it's just gonna be cool scenarios.
Yeah, that's something we're kind of trying to get into. Like, the issue with that for us is we don't know much about LARPing. Like, we do D&D, and, we even go and play with Nerf, and we go paintballs. Like, it's all, like, we got all the ingredients, we just don't understand the actual LARPing thing. So we're like,
I mean, it's not like there's a blueprint around here. There's no one that does LARPing.
Well, there probably are at the college, but...
At EKU?
Yeah. I know at least when I went there was a lot of people that did it out in the ravine.
Oh, I didn't know that. At the closest one is it's a Kentucky Renaissance Center in like Clay City or something. We haven't went yet, but they have it every weekend. Other than that, the last time I saw someone LARP was when I was in college, and there's just a whole bunch of nerds just swinging swords outside the library. It was kind of fun. I sat there on the bench and watched them after class. It's great.
And that's what, like, I was talking about it over at EKU. It's like, bunch of nerds swinging swords.
Yeah. I mean, that's the fun part, man.
Yeah.
It's be able to dress up, give a cool speech, and then, go out there and fake die. It's great.
And fake die.
Not real die, fake die.
Yeah.
We're thinking
Real die, and you might have an issue.
Yeah, I might have to get a legal team over that one. But I'm thinking about not having archers in, because that's just no fun, If you have a whole bunch of Vikings doing berserker style and they just get shot down, that's no fun for anyone.
Well, that's why it's good to give them like a shield or something. So like archery blocked.
Really, I was planning on having to go naked. Like
I
real
mean-
historical. Berserkers go naked. So, just hold it down there and you're good to go, man. 2 axes, let it fly.
Let it fly. Well, if you're gonna get that accurate, you might as well give them some drugs too and get it rolling.
Yeah, we plan on giving them mushrooms.
Don't say we.
I plan on giving them mushrooms. I mean, she's part of it, so we.
I'm literally going to be an addiction specialist. I can't
So
be giving people.
They won't be
Why not?
addicted.
You'll be a specialist in getting them addicted.
That's more clients.
See, this is why he owns a marketing company. He's a genius when it comes to
Everything I do is for you. Every person I get addicted is for you. Just for you guys, we'll have a special Nerdscape run just for them. They get to escape from. We'll have werewolves chase them, and they get to escape from the woods.
Where are you gonna get a werewolf?
He's gonna just unleash wolves on us. Like, I already know
It's gonna be
this
real
one.
wolves.
Yeah. Like, I'm just gonna have to bring stakes with me and be like, there you go, peace.
We'll fly you guys out. We'll let you guys be the first one to do the Nerdscape run. That'd be cool. But the first run probably will be wolves. Then we'll probably get some dingoes or something.
Why not coyotes? I'm at least used to them.
Oh, those are gross. I don't know coyote. Oh, do you guys have a dog here?
Not here, but like right now anyway. But we have 2 dogs that we bring in, and it's hilarious because they've learned that if they go sit in front of the front door and just lay there and act pitiful, people will open the door and pet them.
She definitely would have if
Oh,
they were
yeah.
there. Yeah.
And it's hilarious because bringing the dogs in, we've probably increased our revenue by like 20%.
Yeah.
Because like when people are like petting the dogs, they're like, "Wait, what is this place?" We let them know it's an escape room. Awesome, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool.
I mean, it works, man.
Yeah.
Dogs work, man. They're a chick magnet. Well, except for my dog. Nala's kind of...
I was a sweet.
So, let me tell you this quick story about my dog.
You're gonna tell him the one about the cat.
Yes, the cat. Oh, my God. So, we're walking up this hill, okay? Walking my dog. She doesn't walk with a chain because she's obedient. She just walks next to me, okay? And this cat comes out with black Air Force energy. Walks right up to my dog, rears up. My dog runs behind a tree, screams, right? Then peeks behind the tree to see if the cat is still there.
Now, mind
My
you,
dog is this size. She is huge.
was she half German Shepherd?
Yeah, she's half German Shepherd and half bird dog. She's half hunting.
She's hole hunting.
She's half police dog. And this cat just like waits for her to come outside. So I think we just ended up walking off. I was so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. I mean, this dog is known for chasing after cars, chasing people off the lot. This one cat, I mean, the cat was kind of big though. It was about, it's not big enough. It's not big enough though, but yeah, she's not a chick magnet.
Yeah, so like my dog thinks everything's a friend and recently found out some friends are filled with treats. That was a new one for her. And our newest dog, he's just decided he's happy to be here.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. I'm just happy to be here.
What kind of dogs do you have?
One is golden retriever, lab, and shepherd mixed. And the other, I don't even know, like it's Pyrenees, shepherd, and something mixed. So the thing is they're both absurdly smart. Like Hazel, once she figured out she could go outside to use the bathroom, she also figured out she could say she needed to use the bathroom to go outside.
Yeah.
Well, she would also, like, I messed with her, and, like, I'd run one way, and then I'd turn on her, and then, like, wall her. And she now does that to other dogs. Like, she'll run away, and then, like, quick turn and jump on them. Well, or she'll take a toy and hit them on the nose and then run away to get their attention. Well, Castro has made her look dumb now. Like, we have those little spin-in-the-ground stakes, you know? Mm-hmm. He grabbed hold of it and started unspinning it while we left him up at my grandma's.
Yeah.
So, like, if we had left him for another day, he would have just gotten out. Like, he would have just unscrewed it and left. Because, like, you can even see the teeth marks where he had did it. And, like, it was halfway out of the ground.
That makes me laugh, man, because my dog did the same exact thing. So she just ripped the steak right out of the crowd. She didn't screw it at all. She saw, I had a friend called Keon, real crazy guy.
Keanu Reeves?
Oh, man, I wish. But this guy, no, he's just crazy black kid.
Crazy black kid.
But we told him, we said, hey, man, don't run. She's sparking. He goes, oh, and just starts running. So she takes off the steak and bites him in a. It was embarrassing. I had to go and get her and grab her, and it's like, tell her, no, don't bite Keon. Don't bite Keon.
Don't bite Keon.
He leaves. It's like, all right, Corey, I'll be back. And I've never seen him again after that. Yeah, actually, that is the last time I saw him. She bit him. That was it.
That was enough to say, I'm not going back there. I have to admit, if somebody's dog bit me, I probably wouldn't be going back anytime soon either.
Well, I think that's the first time she actually bit someone. But Keon, that makes sense, though.
So, the thing is, Hazel, we named her after heroin because we got her from a drug house.
That's the best story ever.
The thing is, up until very recently, she's been, like, scared and very aggressive towards any crackheads. So, like, we'd be driving down the road, and, you know, there'd be somebody asking for change on the corner, and with our windows in. there was one time she almost jumped out the window to like attack this person. So we were like, yeah, we're just gonna keep going.
That's where you come in, right?
Yeah.
You can heal
So-
them and this dog.
So it's a drug dog that was originally scared of the druggies and scared of drugs.
Well, we have an addiction
scared of
specialist in the
rabbits.
house. And rabbits?
Rabbits.
Why rabbits?
So when she was small, she came up to this like little rabbit hutch down at the chicken festival in London, Kentucky, and she came up to the rabbits thinking, small friend. And then it jumped, and she's like, "That's not how a dog jumps. That's not a friend. Hey guys, watch out."
Man, you ever met those people who have rabbits as pets? I don't understand it. My friend he just got rid of them, but they had like 6 rabbits because they kept having babies. And I don't get it. They're not friendly
Have they
either.
got rid of all the rabbits?
They have 2 left. The scary one and the fat one.
The scary one in the mouth.
Yeah, they creep me out.
So the thing is I grew up and I had probably 10 or so rabbits, but they were all named stir fried pork loin. Like, I mean, that's the destination.
They do taste good.
Yeah.
They're great.
Grew up with chickens and all the like, so
Oh, farm life.
glad I'm not raising animals no more.
Oh, really? I was about to say that's the best way to live. You don't think
No.
so?
Not in the slightest. Screw chickens.
Why's that? What's wrong with chickens?
'Cause I still got scars up and down my arms from them things.
But you're tough now, man.
No, I'm still a baby about it. I still don't like it. No.
She plans on getting a chicken coop. I've been warning her. I'm like, hey, you never worked in a chicken coop. Just be careful.
We lived with Ponko. I think I can deal with chickens.
What's Ponko?
Ponko.
What's a Ponko?
Ponko is my demon cat. Okay. He was the nicest fella of all time, but he screamed constantly, and he would scratch under the door constantly, and he was just a nightmare.
Trying to get
So,
out of his
Yeah.
cage.
So he's an Igitsune.
Huh?
An Igitsune. It's a fox or a cat.
Oh yeah,
Kitsune. Yeah.
Igitsune.
Yeah.
The demon fox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's worse because you expect that from them. You don't expect that from a cat. He's just so needy, You expect a cat to kind of be like,
You just waller.
yeah,
And then they'll want to be left alone after a while.
forever. He was not. He was the complete opposite. So the crazy thing is, we gave him to a lady, and he was attached to her immediately. So he didn't love us. He loved attention. It was the saddest moment, the saddest 6 months I had with that cat. It's awful. I miss my dog. I really do.
So I am kind of curious. How's your marketing thing going?
The podcast is doing better than the marketing aspect. For the marketing aspect, what I've really noticed is the same thing you guys run into, is the money pool is completely dried up at this point. So what I've done lately is expand into Lexington, and that's gotten me far more clients and interest than it did Richmond and Berea, because it's small and people are still reeling from COVID. A lot of the business shut down during COVID, and while I knew that before I started it, I was like, well, let me get it up and going and get it some interest before we move to a different state and city. So that's the way it's going. It's getting better because we decided to just focus on Lexington and beyond.
Gotcha. What's the kind of stuff that y'all offer, like as far as marketing goes?
So we just the marketing side. Right now, I'm offering digital marketing. That I'm offering across the United States as a whole. We're doing consulting, business consulting. We're doing social media marketing, which we split the digital marketing and the social media marketing up to make it more affordable, and data analytics. So we're taking all the data from wherever you have your businesses located online, and then we're compiling that together and telling you which things are working, which things are not. So that's what we're offering just on the marketing side.
Okay.
It's a lot of work, but it's enjoyable. It's fun.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the whole marketing and sales. So, luckily, Becky's good at actually running a business. Who knew that was hard?
The sales part, man. What do you find interesting about it? 'Cause I left sales, and it was just it was kind of rough for me.
So you'll laugh at this because it sounds super like idealistic or like it sounds like I'm full of it, but I like it because it's the idea of trying to like help people out. And now with that being said, I don't like sales of anything that I can't back. So like I started off like officially in sales with a car dealership.
Oh yeah.
That was terrible. Like I kept selling the used cars because they were the better deals, and I knew enough about cars to know whether they were any good or not. They kept wanting me to sell the new cars, so I ended up telling them off and going and getting a different thing. Like I started doing landscaping or tree work more specifically, and I realized that I could sell people that and actually be helping people. And I was helping people like get rid of dangerous trees in their yard or things that would cause damage to their property, and in one case even cut a tree out of somebody's house because the ice storm made it drop into their house.
Dang.
And just by doing all that, like it kind of shows that just by convincing somebody to do something, you can really help them with their life. And then on to where I was doing the roofing sales, I mean, I was getting people a new roof for 10% of the cost, which because like my biggest part of the job was to just get the insurance company to pay for it. Now with solar, it's the idea of just trying to make it to where people can save, an extra 100, 200 a month, which albeit isn't like life changing, but that's still it's money in your bank account.
I think so, man. 200 a month. That's already half my rent right there.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like that's a third of my mortgage, and that's before anything else goes on.
I mean, that is. I guess that is the big difference. I've sold for two sleazy companies, and I was like, I cannot sell anymore. But I did marketing for the sleazy company. I ended up leaving sales for, and I fell in love with marketing, but the company was still sleazy. So I was like, all right, well,
And
let me leave.
and that's why I kind of like marketing, at least as the idea. So like I don't know as much about marketing. Like I know some, but I'm nowhere near as proficient as like with sales. But whenever I look at it, marketing is just sales to a large group. So, I figure if I can learn how to do that, I can, magnify whatever it is I'm doing. So for like Nerdscape, if I can market it instead of just sell it to people, I can be selling it to 1,000 people as opposed to 5.
Yeah, it's a way to build loyalty too.
Yeah.
Yeah, brand loyalty is a big thing. I've noticed is someone broke it down to me. Things like we had you might have 10,000 fans, but when things go rough, you have 50 fans. I still have my 1,000 fans. I'm still making more money, and that's what marketing does. So
Yeah, and as far as the loyalty goes, like, I mean, it's already even been seen with us how people have literally come back just to buy a candle or a bath bomb because we released it and put it out on our Facebook. And so it kind of shows that if you can build a true fanship, like a true following, that's when you're really onto something. When it's just kind of, here today, gone tomorrow.
right.
I mean, yeah, you might be able to make some money, but it's not going to build into anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've noticed. That's definitely what I've noticed, and it's to me, it's been extremely rewarding. Before that, like it's a complete spiral. I was just working jobs. I had left football. It was just a bit of a nightmare, and I ran into this interest I didn't think I had, and then I ended up being pretty good at it. So. I feel like you're far more noble than me. I just like I'm doing this. I feel great about it. And then I was like, oh, actually, I can help people.
Well,
You help people first.
so Becky would be able to point out that that's not a good thing. Um, so we have made plenty of mistakes because I was wanting to help somebody or whatever else. And sometimes helping isn't the right thing to do.
I
And
know that all too well.
She's
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
like, heck, if you're getting into the addiction stuff,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things of if you want, you can keep trying to help, but like it's not worth it. But also, like, this is gonna sound kind of weird in and of itself, but like me wanting to help people and make the world better isn't even just because like I want to make the world better, but like me and my wife are devout Christians, so it's the idea of making God's kingdom better and to improve His world, and the best way to do that is following, like, at least for somebody like me, it's to create a business, create value, make the world a better place overall. You see, some people like who can help people with addictions, and with Becky, she can work on an ambulance and save lives. I don't got really any of that kind of skills, so I'm gonna try to just make people a little bit happier on the day and improve it that way. And if I do it enough times, maybe it'll equate.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the same boat. And I was like, with this company, I can make other businesses far more efficient, and that helps everyone. You know, while she's out there actually saving lives.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen, hey, do not devalue what you're doing, okay?
I didn't
All
devalue you. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I'm like,
He's
listen.
comparing.
Don't compare. We all have our niche.
Well, tell me about your niche. You know, put your mouth on the camera, or on the microphone, not the camera, I guess.
That'd be really weird video.
Yeah, it'd be a king for some people, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody would find it interesting.
I'd sell it. I'd sell anything. Yeah, tell people about your path. I know you did it on the
I have
podcast.
my podcast, so
This is Nerdscape's podcast.
Exactly, so it's not about me.
Well, she talked about the ambulance. Well, then
Redirect.
take the microphone off then if you don't want to talk. Married life, man. But yeah, I get that feeling for sure. It is.
But heck, with making the businesses so much more efficient, that means prices can drop. That means that like people can end up, making more money to do more things, and
Right.
potentially be more generous and do more in general.
Like actually afford gas.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That with me having to drive to Louisville, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nightmare, man. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, with the gas. I hope you have a Camry.
Well, well, we only have one car, so like I'm actually gonna have to get a friend to like drop me off up there because I'm gonna be staying at a hotel for the week, and like go through training, and then I have to come back over the weekend and then go back up during the next week. So it's gonna be an interesting couple weeks.
Yeah.
And when I get back, she's gonna be gone to military training, so we'll see each other here in a month.
Man, you guys are busy. Yeah, we're just, working and going home.
Well, if we weren't busy, we'd be bored.
That's true. That's why I'm picking up chemo.
See?
So I can. Those guys are gonna kick my butt, man, when I go in there.
Yeah, but it'll be a bunch of fun.
Yeah, it will. It will, man. It feels weird going. I haven't done any athletics in like 4 or 5 years, man, except for working out. So those guys, they're in shape. They have their long swords. They have pictures of it. I'm going in there all greasy and sweaty with my saber. It's just, it's gonna be a nice.
You got
Me?
this.
Yeah, this is gonna be a
I'm
little
just
you.
here.
She's more
Here for
athletic than I
fun.
am, though.
Do what?
More athletic than I am, though.
Clearly.
I don't know where y'all are from. Like, if y'all live up in Lexington or here in Richmond.
Richmond.
Oh,
Down the street.
Yeah, we are. We're right down the
Literally
street.
down the street.
then a place where you could do like kickboxing and stuff would be AFS. And you might even want to do a podcast with him. He was drill sergeant and is now teaching jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and kickboxing.
I love to. That's on Peak Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right across from Purdy's.
Yeah. It's a block away from where I live. So you can walk right there. Well, you might not want to walk after a class session there.
Well, you at least know nobody would mess with her.
Yeah. Well, no one messes with you now, right? It's the cute little face.
Now, I just do not perceive me, and it tends to work.
Teleportation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's teleporting her own way.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
That's her
invisibility. So what's I know you guys got the virtual reality up, and you just said your whole plan. But what's next after the virtual reality? What you guys working on?
This room, actually, it's going to be the rage room. So we're going to have to put plywood up on all these walls and cover up this magnificent used-to-be doorway. And once we do that, we're going to be bringing in probably an industrial spool, which is like those wooden spools that like had giant wire on it. And we're gonna set it up with like plates and vases and stuff like that, so people can just come in here and smash their anger out.
Oh, so it's like a little rage room. I thought it's gonna
Yeah.
be like the title of another escape room.
No, it's gonna be like an actual rage room.
Oh, that's cool. So what are the rules? They can't go through the wall, or
It can't go through people.
Okay.
Like, because we're putting, like, I'm going to be putting 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch plywood on these walls.
Yeah.
You could hit the wall with a sledgehammer, and worst it's going to do is crack the drywall.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't bringing nothing down. So,
Cool.
like, I have literally drove a, I guess it's technically a 4-ton crane across 1 inch or 3/4 inch plywood through the mud, and it still held up. So I have faith in that wood.
Cool. I don't know anything about wood or construction, so I was like, I don't know.
Like, it sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
like, it does. It works. And I don't know that much about it either, really, but like, if it can hold tons of weight, it should be able to hold
Right.
somebody slamming something into it.
Yeah. You guys gonna have a meditation room too? Because I meditate, rage isn't. I've been trying to get away from rage, But
Well,
now-
that is a meditation for some people.
Yeah.
Like, just being able to go smash stuff.
So no meditation room, huh?
Yeah, probably not for now.
Okay.
Because, like, really, how would we monetize that for now? Like, that would, like, 5 minutes for an hour. Like, go sit in this quiet room with pillows and, like, running water.
I mean, the same way they do goat yoga.
Goat yoga.
You never heard of
You
goat
never heard
yoga?
of goat yoga?
Goat yoga?
Yeah.
Wait, I've heard of a goat rodeo, but never goat yoga. Like, that's a new
Yeah,
one to me.
it's yoga with
With
goats in
goats.
there. They're free to just walk around while you're doing
They'll
yoga.
jump on you.
And yeah, they'll jump on you. They'll poop next to you. They'll eat food. I mean, it's a form of it's LA thing,
I'm glad I'm sticking with this quote unquote small town.
It's when you get rich and poor, you start doing stuff like goat yoga. But I mean, you can monetize it the same way. You guys, you put in a bunch of pillows, charge for an hour, where you can just meditate with some incense. Maybe get a deprivation tank. I don't know. I'd come. It'd be great. You get a lot of money off me. I need somewhere to meditate. Man, this.
I'd recommend out at like Millstone Park or over at Camp Catalpa.
Where's that at?
It's on the other side of Lake Reba.
Oh, I didn't know there's another side of Lake Reba.
Yeah, like, so if you're out on the dock of Lake Reba and you look across it, that's Camp Catalpa.
Oh, okay.
So it's like up there, and there's a I don't know if it's a bunker or what it is, but it's like this big square, almost concrete type thing, and it'd be a great place to just kind of sit and hang out. Me and my friends go up there and set up hammocks.
Oh man, I've always been scared of hammocks. I have, man. It's something about that swinging. I don't know.
I
Makes
love
me
'em.
nervous.
Like, I'll hop up in those and just be out like a light.
Oh well, thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it. Where can we find you guys online? I know I have your Facebook. Do you guys have Twitter, Instagram too?
So, yeah, we're on Facebook at nerdscape.ky. We're on Instagram at the same. There's TikTok, and I'm trying to get this changed, but it's Nerdscape, but the E's are 3s.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who laughs about that. Thank you. I blame Becky. And then, there's our website, nerdscapeky.com.
Oh, you guys have? I didn't know you guys had a website. Mm-hmm. Is it all your pictures and upcoming stuff on there?
So the website is actually just mostly where we do our bookings and do, like, just schedule stuff. Mm-hmm. And any major events that come up, like the Mother's Day event coming up here next week. Mm-hmm. Yes, next week, I think. Where, like, our event page is on there, so people can schedule and book and, figure out what's all going on with us on there and on our social medias.
Do you guys have any collaborations coming up, especially with Golden Leaves? I got to get on one of these.
I'm not allowed to say who our collaborations are with for a lot of our treasure hunts and stuff, but we tend to collaborate a lot with the mall, and I know that the mall itself is doing a grand reopening June 30th. We're planning on, like, for our portion of it, having like either a Nerf arena or a big maze for kids. We're kind of debating on the two, just debating it.
They both would work. But thank you guys for having us on, man.
I'm glad to be here.
Appreciate you.